Hey everybody, Deacon Sarah here, and I'm here to share our Saturday morning family devotional. And today, and really all this week, we've been talking about fresh fruits and vegetables. So on Tuesday, we talked about Veggie Tales, so what our favorite Veggie Tale was, keeping in line with the theme of fruits and veggies. And then on Thursday, Megan, our high school coordinator, shared a little bit in her scripture share. And today I'm going to be sharing with you a little bit about food deserts, what food deserts are, and how we are called to help everyone have what they need, including fresh fruits and vegetables. So first, I'd like to actually share just some information. So I'm going to read a little bit about what food deserts are to provide some factual information. Food deserts are geographic areas where access to affordable, healthy food options, also known as fruits and veggies, is limited or non-existent because grocery stores are too far away. And about 23.5 million people live in food deserts where they don't have access to a grocery store or a farmer's market where they can get fresh fruits and vegetables. Food deserts also might be unreported because sometimes small corner grocery stores are noted as a grocery store, but they often don't sell fresh fruits and vegetables. They'll sell prepackaged foods or canned foods, and they're in the category of a grocery store. So when you look at a map, you might think, oh, those folks have access to fresh foods, and often that is not the case. And this is a problem because prepackaged and canned foods have higher fat and cholesterol, sodium, caloric intake, which is unhealthy if you're eating that stuff all the time. Obviously, everything in moderation, but if you don't have access to those fresh fruits and vegetables, that's really a social justice issue. And as Christians, we are called by God to make sure that everyone can live as a child of God and to their fullest potential. And so I'm going to be reading today a scripture that you probably have heard a number of times. And so I'm reading it from Eugene Peterson's version, The Message. It's kind of a contemporary take on scripture, and I'll be reading from Matthew 25. Often we read this scripture on mission trip Sundays when we're thinking about the least of these. And so I hope that you will find familiar meaning in these new words. And so from Matthew 25, starting at verse 31, it says, "When he finally arrives, blazing in beauty and all of his angels with him, the Son of Man will take his place on his glorious throne. And all the nations will be arranged before him, and he will sort the people out, much as a shepherd sorts out sheep and goats, putting sheep on his right and goats on his left. Then the king will say to those on his right, 'Enter you, who are blessed by my Father. Take what's coming to you in this kingdom. It's been ready for you since the world's foundation, and here's why. I was hungry and you fed me. I was thirsty and you gave me a drink. I was homeless and you gave me a room. I was shivering and you gave me clothes. I was sick and you stopped to visit. I was in prison and you came to me.' Then those sheep are going to say, 'Master, what are you talking about? When did we ever see you hungry and feed you, thirsty and give you a drink? And when did we ever see you sick or in prison and come to you?' And the king will say, 'I'm telling the solemn truth. Whenever you did one of these things to me, one of these things to someone overlooked or ignored, that was me. You did it to me.' Then the king will say, 'I'm telling the solemn truth. Whenever you did one of these things to someone who was overlooked or ignored, that was me. You did it to me.'" I love this version because sometimes when we talk about the least of these, it can give this impression that some of us are either better or higher up on some sort of social chain, and that other folks that don't have access to clean clothes or food, are less or least in society. And so I love this version because it reminds us that, again, we're all in this together, and that it is our duty to make sure that all of God's children have what they need, including fresh fruits and vegetables. So a family challenge for you would be to look up a recipe, something that you can make that has fresh fruits and vegetables in it. I know my husband Matt said growing up he never had a tomato in his house. And I eat tomatoes pretty much every day, in the summertime at least. So try a fresh fruit and vegetable. And also an action item would be to go and donate some fresh fruits and vegetables or a grocery gift card to somewhere like the Baldwin Center, who is providing fresh fruits and vegetables and food during this pandemic to families in Pontiac. With that, we hope that you never take for granted the fresh fruits and vegetables that you have access to, and that you will use that gift to bless others. Take care.